had to end that video because it was too long. But yeah, I'm like, so this guy ended a several year long friendship over something that I didn't post from an account that I didn't follow. And this was sitting on him for a whole year, didn't come to me about it. It's one thing if you could say, and he specifically, I remember this conversation a year ago. He said to me, "Hey, the content that you're posting is harmful. I didn't post that. So what is it?" It kind of pissed me off. It's one thing if you accuse me of doing something that I have done, then I can own up to my mistakes or whatever. And that's what I thought originally when he said that I posted a swastika. I was like, in my head, I'm like, I absolutely did not do that. But let me check to see if I did. And if I did, let me see what it was. Was there context? Was it talking about like was there any context to it? Because it seems like he saw a swastika and freaked out and then promptly like unfollowed me or whatever. So I don't know. I literally don't know. Like this is like it's like if somebody posted like if somebody like posted somebody if somebody posted a KKK member with a hood and the caption said, "This is really bad. Racism is bad." I wouldn't be like, "Hey, why are you posting the KKK? That's so harmful." I did. That's in my head. That's what I'm like. Is that what he saw? I don't know what he saw. Um, but I don't follow accounts that post that. So for him to make that huge leap in assumption that I would like associate myself with accounts like that. And again, he didn't like screenshot it. He didn't It's not like he has to do that. Like it's not like it's like whatever. If you feel whatever you feel it. But we were friends, and so I feel like if you were friends with someone and you think that they said or did something out of pocket, there is a certain level where you're like, "Hey, I need you to know that you're doing something out of pocket so that you can stop doing it," right? And the person, and then like obviously they're your good friend and you trust their opinion, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, that is out of pocket. I'm gonna stop doing that," right? That I understand, because that is like a certain level of grace that you give your friends, obviously to a certain extent. This is not like if they did something completely crazy and and there's like no saving them or something. This is like, your friend, and that the out of pocket thing they said can be corrected and should be corrected, and that you can do that. You don't have to hold the space for that. I mean, I remember in 2020, I wasn't holding space for a lot of um a lot of white people, and I didn't have to do that because I was the one going through a lot of stuff. Like I remember there was somebody who was like talking about focusing on like looting and rioting during like Black Lives Matter protests, and I'm just like, "Bro, what are you doing?" But I did say, "Bro, what are you doing?" I didn't have to say, "Bro, what are you doing?" By the way, we're not friends anymore. But I mean, a lot of people could have just been like, "This is crazy. I didn't know this about this person." Done. But I feel like for usually, you give your friends a certain amount of grace, and it could have been different if he had said like, "Hey, I saw that you reposted this from this account that also posted this thing." But he obviously was very flippant. He saw something he didn't like, and he immediately ascribed that to me. And now I am understanding that this person was never really actually my friend. If he thinks that he could believe something like that so quickly and easily, that he thinks that I would ever do something like that I would follow anti Semitic accounts or whatever it is. I don't even know. He immediately decided not to give me that grace, and he also decided to believe whatever he believed about me, and decided that the relationship was done from that we didn't need to be friends anymore. And I am just like, it made me think less of him, because I truly was trying to understand the situation, because this could be like an opportunity for me to learn and to grow. A lot of people don't get that, and honestly, you shouldn't have. A lot of people shouldn't have opportunities like this to learn from stuff, I feel like, but you know what? It happens. Um, and I realized, oh, we were never good friends. We were never, I guess, like that good friends. If you think that lowly of me, if you think that I could post anti Semitic information, which I didn't, or that I could post, and even like I posted something from something, like, did you have a problem with the post itself that I reposted? Clearly not, but he was looking for something. He was looking for something. And I'm just realizing that now. He was looking for something. He was looking for a reason. Um, and it really pissed me off, because we were, in the same, friend group, like social group, whatever. And I have a friend who also was posting like anti-Zionist stuff. Not as much as me, but she was very clear about her stance. Um, and in the same friend group, and they're friends still. And I think he even at some point came to her and was like, you, like, I don't like what you're posting. And she's like, I'm anti-genocide. Like, I'm anti-genocide. Like, grow the fuck up. Like, we basically had the same interaction, except I don't know, he decided to move on from what it, and so I don't like making comparisons, because it makes me think about a lot of stuff, but I'm like, well, she's white and I'm not, so I don't know if it's that. I don't know if I'm getting like the aggressive black woman trope against me, or I don't know if there are like certain things that would allow, like, that would let him feel okay about her and not about me. And I'm like upset, because I don't know, we've been friends longer. I feel like you would know me more to know that I am like deathly afraid of being of being offensive in any way. Like I it like I've had like, it's crazy. I had a nightmare that I accidentally pulled off a hijab from a hijabi woman in a public space. Like, who has um nightmares about accidentally pulling a hijab off someone's head? Like, what is that? Like, the my anxiety is crazy for that. So I was like, this guy really doesn't know me. He doesn't know me at all, if he really thinks that about me. And so I was just like going through all of that. I was like, yeah, I mean, I even when I texted him, I was like, so like, what is, like, why are you being friendly with me? Like, are you trying to be friends? What is that? That wasn't an invitation for me to like try to be his friend anymore. I'm obviously like very confused, that I was like very confused by the situation. Like, why would he say hi and whatever, it be like friendly to me if he doesn't want to be my friend? And I'm somebody who doesn't always read social cues well. So, um, yeah, I had to like figure that out for my head because I don't know what. But I think it's like terrible that he really thinks that about me and there's nothing I can do about it. I even proved to him I didn't post anything. I didn't post that swastika. So he really did that shit. He really had a fit for nothing. And I feel like then he had to look. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's from this account." I had to look the account. That account. I even like looked through the account that he talked about, and I don't know, they do this thing where they like only post things most recently and then delete stuff from before that. So I could not really even find anything from past October of this year. Um, so again, I could not, and I even remember I was like, oh, I haven't like seen this account in a long time. I haven't posted from this account in a long time. I think I remember like, yeah, they post some things I agree with, some things I'm like, oh, they kind of like go like I understand why they put things the way they do, but I was like, I'd rather find things that like more aligned with like what I'm trying to say. So I don't post from there anymore. Um, do I think their posts inflammatory? I want to say inflammatory. I guess inflammatory. Um, but like they don't post things I don't disagree with. It's just like, oh, I wouldn't say it like that. So I really like I dug through everything and I really don't know. The only thing I can guess is that if they said like yeah, Israel is like basically doing a Holocaust. And like, well, are they not? Are they not? They're following every single step. So at that point it's like, well, I fundamentally disagree with this person, and also this person has not ever actually seen me for who I am, to believe that I am somebody who would, I don't know, flippantly post swastikas, because clearly I'm not that person. And I was like, ugh, I hate this because I feel like a lot of my older relationships that I haven't created in the past few years, relationships before that, I feel like it's either that person knows me very well or they don't know me at all. And this is like for every kind of relationship that I have developed or created during the before times. I feel like a lot of people didn't know who I am, who I was, who I am. I didn't like fully express myself, my full like personality. And there's even times now where I'm like, I don't do it as much or as fully as I want to, and I really want to be seen, but it's been taking me a lot of therapy and a lot of trauma work to be able to express myself the way that I do, and it's not always at the I'm still working on it. And it is I guess disappointing because I thought they knew me well enough, both of them, but clearly they don't. And so I guess it's good riddance. It is it is anxiety inducing that I know that there's somebody who dislikes me and that there's nothing I can do about it. But at the end of the day, I did